Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. Welcome to another review video for Arrow, Season 4, Episode 4. This is the episode Beyond Redemption. And this episode, we get the aftermath a little bit from, what happened last week with Sarah, bringing Sarah back. And a lot going on in this episode. I mean, this episode was kind of jam-packed, full of different moving parts, and we get this whole like vigilante rogue cops in this episode. The villain of this week, the actual cops, it was kind of weak, kind of a weak villain. I mean, and last week's wasn't that strong either, but uh, the cops, like the whole anti-vigilante task force thing, was kind of weak. But it was nice that they put in the character Lisa Warner is her name, the main female cop, and apparently she is actually a real DC character, Lady Cop. So look that up. So she was actually Lady Cop from the comics. So I mean that was cool. Put a comic character in there, and you put this team around her and work it into the world of Arrow was kind of cool. But overall, weak villains, really weak. Yeah, I mean, not very much of Neil McDonough, Damien Dark this episode. I mean, we see him like one scene or something, talking to Captain Lance about his daughter. Like, kill your daughter. He's like, just put a bullet in her. So that's all we've seen of him. And that was sad because I like seeing more of him. Those eyes of Neil McDonough. I mean, you look into his eye. He's frightening. He's frightening villain. I mean, the eyes are just like weird. I mean, his eyes are amazingly weird. So amazing villain. He really is. But other things in this episode, I mean, there was so much happening. The flashbacks are kind of slow burn again. I mean, we're starting to get that slow burn feel, kind of like last year, but it still intrigues me. I'm still interested to find out what is happening with the island. What are these people doing with these hybrid, like, cocaine, heroin, poppy thing? I don't know, these drugs that they're making. I mean, what is the point? And what are we getting at? It's very slow burn. I mean, there's not much happening there. So, but I'm still intrigued with the flashbacks. But they need to pick it up a little bit because they're starting to slow out a little bit. Other things in this, I'm trying to think. I mean, the whole thing that I was interested in was seeing Sarah. That's what I wanted to see, like more stuff with Sarah. That's what I want to see. I want to see, her come back. I want to see that. We got to see Captain. She told Captain Lance like immediately, and he freaks out. So at least she didn't hold it back like the last time. So the death she holds back, pretty much half the episode or half the season, and this one, like the next episode, she tells him. So it was quite a turnaround. But she was kind of naive. Laurel in this episode, I didn't mind Laurel in this episode because all she really did, she had the canary cry or scream or whatever, and she used that quite a bit. I mean, this is the first time she's used that canary cry in quite a while. And I thought that was kind of cool. The villains could somehow counteract that, so that was unexpected. But she was kind of naive, even though I didn't mind Laurel in this episode. She was kind of naive, kind of dumb for turning her back on Sarah there, and then Sarah tried to choke her with a chain. And then she's trying to like teach like a Neanderthal, or ABCs or something, showing her the picture like this is me and this is you and this, yeah. So yeah, there's that. I mean, that was kind of ridiculous. But other thing, I mean, Oliver running for mayor. I mean, there was a lot of stuff happening. I mean, we get to see Oliver running for mayor, and we find out we have a new arrow cave that was in the Sebastian Blood campaign office. And then he had a secret room, a secret hideout. I mean, go figure. And that Cisco somehow helped with to the changing of the new arrow cave or whatever. And it's very bright. I mean, there's like lights everywhere, lights on the floor and lights everywhere. I mean, they have their own lockers and their everything. It was awesome looking. And the other arrow caves were very dark tone, not much light, very archaic, very not much going on. This one is like very sophisticated with like a lot of computers, a lot of technology, a lot of lights, very bright, very vibrant, very much a lot of colors. So yeah, I mean, we're going in a different direction here, and I like it. I really like the new arrow cave. You can see what's going on. It's very spacious too, a lot bigger. So that's cool. And that was a plus. That was a plus. The whole thing, with Mr. Terrific again, he's great. I'm really liking him. So there's that, where we're getting more things with, now I'm blanking on his name. Ray Palmer. I'm blanking. There's so many characters. Ray Palmer. You see he's trying to communicate or sending his signal out further or something, because I think he's messing with the Arrow Cave's computers too, and he's like in the system. He's, I guess, or maybe he's in the system somehow. But yeah, there's that. He's trying to make contact somehow with her, so they're slowly initiating that. We have next week. I think we're going to finally get the resurrection. Well, not the resurrection, but I mean the actual Sarah actually becoming herself. Because it looks like next week we got Constantine coming in. If you've seen the previews, we got Constantine coming in next week, and I'm super excited for the next week's episode. It looks so awesome. With Matt Ryan as Constantine again. I like him very much as Constantine, so that should be interesting to see that. I can't wait to actually see Sarah back and as herself again. That should be really cool. And I think maybe after that, maybe an episode or two after that, they're going to start to work in bringing back Ray Palmer. They got to get him back. I mean, because they got this other show coming, and it's called Legends of Tomorrow. Over on the other show, Flash, the sister show Flash, Martin Stein and Firestorm were back together, and they flew off. And they're establishing that character. They also have Captain Cold, set away, and they're working his angle a little bit. On Arrow, they got Sarah. She's resurrected. She's back. Now we got Constantine coming in next week, and hopefully bring her back to her full self again. And then we got like the final piece, I think, is Ray Palmer. And I can't wait to see that. I cannot wait to see that. There was a lot of cool stuff. I actually really liked this episode. There wasn't really anything really negative for me. There was maybe a few nitpick things, like just wondering like what's going on. The whole cocaine thing. Okay, now that I just thought of it, the whole cocaine thing was like a negative, because where does she procure that much cocaine? It's just like, that's insane. That was a negative. Is like, where is she going to find that? Another negative was, is she really qualified to run Oliver's campaign? I mean, wasn't she like in high school a few years back? I mean, I don't know. She ran her own liquor bar. I mean, that seemed ridiculous too. But now she's like running his campaign. I mean, it makes sense that his sister would. I mean, that makes sense. But is she even qualified for that? I mean, that's really weird to me. The whole cocaine thing is weird. That doesn't make any sense at all. And another negative was, the villain of the week was kind of weak. The whole Lisa Warner lady cop thing, kind of weak. Not much going on there. The flashbacks were getting kind of stretched out, but I still don't mind them. But there was a lot of Captain Lance in this too. I think he had some strong performances in this episode. The whole Damien Dark, Oliver finds out that he knows Damien Dark, and now he's going to work for him. So that might work in their favor. But that was a strong scene with Captain Lance and all over there. It was strong. And I didn't really mind Laurel. I didn't mind Laurel this episode. But yeah. Oh yeah. The other. Now that I think of it, on the flashbacks, the guy finds that communication device in the weeds very easily. I mean, Oliver just had it hidden not very well, like with like a couple sticks or something. That was like a negative. It's like, come on, you can like bury it or something. You know, I don't know. That was a week. So there was a few negatives here and there, but overall, I thought it was a pretty solid episode. Not too bad. I enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see more of next week. That's where I'm heading at. I mean, that's what this whole show was like a device to get to the next episode and let's get Sarah back. That's what it was about. Let's see Constantine, because I can't wait to see Matt Ryan as Constantine again, and it should be awesome. Can't wait for next week. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. That will do it for me for this week, guys. If there's anything I might have missed that you guys want to say or talk about, or liked or disliked about the episode, please let me know in the comments. Also, give a like, guys. Would appreciate it. But yeah, that will do it for me for this week, guys. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.